So it's exciting to have to be here with the students, faculty, our marine biologist specialist Nancy. You know the GIS, it's the science of where, and it's everywhere. So it's in every industry, and I think it's amazing as part of the digital transformation that we face in every industry to collaborate and with marine biologists and to collaborate on the intersection of GIS, AI, data analytics, and the survey of the sea urchins, and to help marine biologists to perform their research in a much more effective way and to improve, of course, the results because of the accuracy of the technology and the ability to gather huge amounts of data and then to analyze the data and then to support their research.
I'm Nancy Caruso. I'm the founder of Get Inspired, and I'm a marine biologist. And today we're out during a negative tide, taking advantage of the low water and the low swell. And I have been studying the tide pools of Orange County for the last 4 years, and I started noticing accumulation of urchins, sea urchins, which I spent 10 years of my life trying to get rid of along Orange County's coast to restore our kelp forests. So I started getting concerned that these tide pools were filling up with urchins and eventually would spill over into our restored kelp forests. So I was bringing people out here and surveying the tide pools and counting the urchins and measuring the urchins to kind of watch the population. And that takes a lot of time. It takes a whole day to come out here and just do one tide pool. And so I started thinking about, hey, how could this be helped with technology? And thought, hey, drones could do this and many other tide pools in one day during one low tide event. So I started reaching out to different universities and people who are involved in that technology, and had some cooperation with Cal State Long Beach and now with Claremont Graduate University and Whittier. Have some students down here today working on using drones to take photos and then train AI to count the urchins and measure the sea urchins in the tide pool. And this is a great example of a multidisciplinary approach to solving a very biology ecology problem in doing what would normally be a transect and a quadrat and a caliper survey, but using the technology in the sky with a little joystick to do that work with just one person. It's pretty awesome.
So I've been doing this for 30 years. When I started doing this, we were using metal chains, and today we could be using our iPhone or a tablet, and the data we're collecting right now, it will be within a few centimeters accurate as far as the imagery. And then the idea is to generate an automosaic using some photogrammetry tools to then perform some counts, in this case of sea urchins, to try to make it more efficient and effective using AI tools. I've done it plenty of times before with locating Joshua trees, and these could be many hundred square miles, and it saves a lot of time. So I think all students should have some familiarity with the GIS tools, because I can tell you in the real world that's what we're all using, and you just need it as part of your tool chest, both GIS and in this case we're using drones too. And drones are they're the thing of the future. I mean, they're everyone using them, and you just need to get yourself a license, which is real easy. And once you have that, then you can perform some commercial work, or you could be working on research to capture imagery. And then once you capture the imagery, what do you do with that? That's what we use GIS for, to try to make sense, perform analysis.
Hello, I'm Sarah. I'm a senior at Harvey Mudd College, and I'm studying computational biology. And I'm currently taking Prof. Warren's UAV class, survey the sea urchin populations at the tide pools as part of a kelp forest health project. So over here we see there's several small purple sea urchins, and there's also a slightly larger red sea urchin at the bottom there. And we're hoping that from our photography of this area, we'll be able to use tools to count the purple sea urchins and the red sea urchins separately, since they're different species.
Hey, I'm Daniel. I'm part of the CISAT department. So we're creating flight plans to lower altitudes to get a really good view of the sea urchin population. And this applies in the real world because this is a species that is endangering the kelp forest in the ocean. So we're hoping to get some impact with what we're doing.
Hi, my name is Brenna Bell. I'm a senior at Claremont McKenna College, majoring in environment, economics, and politics with a minor in data science. Today we're working on a sea urchin survey as part of one of the local organizations here in Laguna Beach, which is awesome. We're super excited to collaborate with outside institutions. So today we're working on surveying aggressive species of sea urchins that have been invasive in Laguna Beach tidal pools. And so with that, the purple sea urchin as well as the red sea urchin are both invasive here. And so we're trying to get quantitative counts. And to do that, we're doing drone flights. We did one a couple weeks ago from about 40 feet. And today we're doing one at about 20 feet, as well as this iPad, which we're using to kind of check ourselves on the iPad. Therefore, we're doing scans at about 3 feet to 4 feet high, and we can get all the angles using the iPad, which is super great. In fact, if you look here, you can see all the points it's getting, and see how the camera turns blue, and then you see all those white points. You can see the data points that it's creating as we scan, which is super awesome because then we know exactly the depth of these sea urchins, and we can quantify them as well as measure kind of their length and width to see how fast they're growing and to what extent.
Hi, my name is Alexis Wilson. I'm a student at Claremont Graduate University in the Doctor of Technology and Public Health program. And it's been really interesting to see how we can use technology and AI to be able to map these different things. I come from a background of public health and more healthcare informatics, but I have a passion for marine biology. And so just being able to see the way that the ocean is being affected, and even a survey of our own home grounds, and using technology to do that, and things that we're learning in the classroom today. So it's been really amazing to see the different technology that we learn about and how that's being applied here today. My favorite thing was being able to see all of the different people from different backgrounds collaborate and come together over an interest of our oceans, and being able to just see the different ways that the technology is being used.
Hi, my name is Benny Lopez, and I went to Cal State Long Beach. I have a degree in geographic information science, and originally this was actually my project when I started off, and I'm glad that it continued to Warren, and they actually have, they're using RTKs, user control points, and I'm glad that it's being handed off so they can do more deep learning. It can actually help the environment, mostly the coastal restoration, especially since we have a lot of sea urchins that are overtaking tide pools, and there's a spillover effect. And with the use of drone and AI, they can actually better the research. It can be applied for the state of California, so they can actually do more research on, especially in this purple sea urchins that they're overtaking the oceans, and especially in Central California and Northern California. And hopefully with this study, it can improve the kelp forest.